Hey everyone, welcome once again to Vicious Rants. And of course I am your host, the one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated, backyard superstar, Tim Vicious. And this one, well, this episode's going to be a little different because doing a few things different. One, went back old school a little and started growing back the old heel beard because there's one thing that the Wyatt family, Matt Morgan and Damian Sandow have taught me. The best heels have beards. So that just, makes sense, don't it? Anyone? No? No one? Why are you guys all running away now? Okay, anyways. Also with this one, doing something a little different. Got asked by a bunch of people a couple times every now and then. I'd always said, oh yeah, we'll see. Ready for the shocker? This one, believe it or not, it's on TNA. I know. That's why I'm wearing TNA gear, right? Okay, wrong choice. Anyways, on with the bitch and moaning. Oh, by the way, I wore the punk shirt on purpose to piss off the TNA marks. Fuck yous. Okay. Well, this one is talking about on how Slammiversary, and it's, if anything, it was okay. It's just, I don't know. I seen one or two things they could have done better. They started off good with the X Division match, with the Ultimate X Division match, and basically it was Chris Sabin, Kenny King, and Suicide. Honestly, as long as Suicide didn't win, I was going to be happy, no matter what. And, I mean, I flipped out when Sabin won, but other than that, the Bischoff and Briscoe match, I'm pretty sure I would have rather have watched Cena cut a promo, I mean, hell, Boston wound up even yelling to Bischoff, you can't wrestle. And this could just be me being a little biased here, but the toughest crowds to get over with in the US alone, I mean, the UK crowds are in a league all their own as far as in European crowds. There's like the European League for crowds and the US League for crowds. The UK one, they're at the top of the mountain there. For the US, hardest crowds to get over, my personal opinion, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Boston, in that order. Because, we don't hold nothing back. If we think you're stupid, we'll say you're stupid. You fucked up on a move, we're going to yell, you fucked up. Shit like that. But I mean, you wound up having the crowd chanting, you can't wrestle to Garrett Bischoff, which, well, let's face facts, he's the most undeserving guy in the wrestling business right now, and is getting a good, decent, mild mid-card push. Swear to God, though, they give him a title, next thing you know, I'm flipping the TV and I'm going to wind up breaking someone's arm. Wonder if now's a good time to have one of my exes around when that happens. Gotta make sure to make a note on that. Anyways. What else? Oh yeah, the whole Hall of Fame thing for Kurt Angle. Don't get me wrong. Congratulations to Kurt for that. Very well deserved. Guy's done a lot in his wrestling career. It's just, I mean, it kind of feels like, I don't know, somebody else kind of may have deserved it a little bit more. Not saying Angle doesn't, but maybe someone else a little bit more, And I wound up having this conversation that night on Slammiversary. Somebody like JB, Jeremy Borash, hell, he busts his ass. He would bust his ass constantly in the back doing production work, this, that, and the other. He's busting his ass doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff to make sure that that everyone in there that gets all hot, sweaty, and busts their ass in the ring is actually able to. And it just, maybe somebody in the back, that or even yet, I was hoping that they were going to say Christian, but that or maybe even, here's a shocker, just a random thought, the guy who wound up starting up TNA, Jeff Jarrett. I mean, I don't know, just a random thought. And if anything, all I'm thinking now is if Angle's going to be in the Hall of Fame, he's not going to be going for any kind of titles anytime soon now, because I mean, hell, just look at Sting. He got put in the Hall of Fame and now he ain't getting no titles. Well, anyways, on with it. The AJ Styles and Angle match was pretty okay. I mean, there was a lot of good mat moves. Styles also being very airborne also, but my big thing with Styles is the whole one-man crew, I ride alone thing. Really? What the fuck? I mean, is this like 1997 where you're supposed to try and be like, no, I don't like you, and I don't like you, I'm gonna be alone, I'm gonna go my own path, sort of shit. I mean, really? What the fuck? I mean, is TNA Creative basically just ripping off everything from the Attitude Era and just ripping off everything from the Attitude Era that happened in WWE, WCW, and ECW and just slapping it all up against the wall and seeing what sticks? That, and for the love of God, AJ's new music? I mean, it sounds like a fucking Bon Jovi reject. Anyways, that was a god-awful waste right there. That and the finish for it wasn't a real big fan of. The last women's standing match, that was pretty good. Real big surprise ending. I was kind of actually hoping Gail Kim was going to wind up breaking Taryn's leg, but, wasn't going to happen. Also, with that, just, can you build up the women's, if they're going to highlight the women's division by giving them a serious match, the least they can do is actually beef up the storylines. I mean, am I the only one that's seeing that, what the fuck? That, or even yet, here's something. Last I recall, wasn't there a women's tag team championship also? I haven't seen that thing defended in God knows how long. I mean, did they just retire it and just say, oh, I hope nobody remembers it. Hope nobody remembers we have those. The Devon match was pretty alright. I mean, but my big thing with that, first saying it's supposed to be against Joseph Parks. Then you beat up Joseph Parks. And then the count out starts and then say, the match is over, I win, yay, root for the bad guy. And then Abyss's music plays. Oh crap, I have a match against Abyss now? No! I mean, come on. That's like saying Cactus Jack, saying Joseph Parks and Abyss are the same guy, or like saying Cactus Jack and Dude Love were the same guy. We all know that wasn't real, right? Right? Wait, oh. Yeah, okay, I was wrong on that. There's my idiot moment now. Oh, fuck, it's on YouTube, so there goes that idiot moment for a lifetime. Well, yeah, anyways. Abyss wound up winning the TV title, and so now we're slowly starting to see the downfall of Aces and Eights. Which, not that big of a surprise, considering that you had the heel stable dominating and being an outstanding being a faction that stands outside of the TNA organization itself, but and then there was the Bully Ray and Sting match. It was pretty good, but it didn't live up to the hype of the saying that there was no holds bar. I mean, because you think about it, Sting said he was going to beat him up and slap the piss out of him, and that sort of stuff, all over the building. the farthest they got to was the walkway. I mean, come on, you couldn't even have them, like, maybe one of the guys toss the other over the guardrail, or, you know, move the fight into the back for a minute, and then work your way back up front, you know, some sort of deal like that. It could work. And then you have all of Aces and Eights, well, except for Taz, because even though he's a member, he's a commentator, and we all know commentators don't get involved in nothing, which is kind of redundant for having him as a member. But you have a guy who's just about in his 60s taking out a good, I don't know, let's just say maybe 4 to 6 muscled up guys that are well under half of his age and tossing them all out like they're nothing. I mean, you might as well say Sting is like TNA's version of Super Cena. Or, if you want to put it in comic book perspective, Sting being Superman from Earth 1, and John Cena being the current day Superman. And if you've read Crisis on Infinity Earth and get the reference, thank you. And if you don't know the reference, please let me know, so that way I can fix that for you. Anyways, Sting wound up losing that match, and the promo Bully Ray wound up cutting before the match, saying that there's a certain move all wrestlers wind up using that don't use as a matter of respect and decency to each other. The pile driver. I'm gonna pile drive you and take you down. Really? Right? Really? It's... Yep. Bubba, you're good on the mic. Don't read off the script. Go all natural. For the love of God, stop. Don't do that. You know? It's, you know, I mean, TNA, it's basically the way it's moving. It's, at first they were starting to go really, at first, you know, they started out choppy, just like any new wrestling organization does, you know? Some good, some bad, some hit, some miss. And then they started to do good, you know? They started using their own homegrown talent and giving them big pushes, you know? Hell, Samoa Joe was the world champion. AJ Styles was, you know, hell, Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. And then all of a sudden, it's like you just said, you know what, we don't want you guys to hold the titles no more. We don't need you guys to have a big push. We got people that were working here and were popular 15 and 20 years ago. We're going to use them instead. I mean, did Vince McMahon secretly buy TNA and just have Dixie Carter as like the stagehand, the one that everyone sees? And it's, you know? I mean, I'm just waiting for TNA to start doing something like having someone come out saying they have an imaginary friend that's named Little James, because, you know, it seems like they're getting ready to start doing that back and forth. I'm gonna copy you gimmicks shit again, like they did back in the 90s. It's pointless. Anyways, that's enough with the bitching and moaning, so let's start with do the shout outs and all. So don't forget to do like normal, like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch all the other episodes, look for me on Twitter @TimVicious. Make sure you look for all these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. KCat26, my brother from another mother, James Steele, JX2001, that Roxy Girl _ it's V-Bitch, James, Roxy, and Vicky, They all got YouTube channels. Make sure you check them out. I am Danny Sunday. Next big thing in wrestling. Guy also knows what he's talking about. You want to have an educated wrestling conversation with someone, look for him. Bucky Morris. Also make sure you check out her podcast. Wrestle Chat. It's a good show. Helen Robinson 82. Meow_Cakes. Jerry Soriano. Team Custom Made. Cranky Asshole. Stacy Impact W fan. Stace, I know you're a big TNA fan. This month I'm getting you mad at me. I'm sorry, and please don't hit me in the face. I kind of need this. Legion Lady Aaron and Legion of Nerds. They're all on Twitter. Also, make sure to check out legionofnerds.com. And once again, you love me great, you hate me,